What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. There's only one thing that myself and Real Batman like more than figures and video games and all that stuff, and that's football. So we want to try something a little bit different. We're going to call this segment, I don't know, sports talk or something. So I think that's what we're going to go with. And we're talking about week 2 in the NFL. As you guys can see, I'm a Niner fan. He's a Dolphin fan. Both teams had victories this week, so very excited about that. And we just wanted to try something a little bit different, have some sports talk on the channel. So first of all, how you doing, Real Batman?
I'm doing great after that, miraculous comeback, like an historic comeback.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't blame you. Pretty good. I mean, not sure how I feel about the whole Trey Lance thing, him going down for the year. So let's see, you know.
Let me just start off by saying any true fan that cheers that their quarterback that they drafted goes down, gets hurt, and is happy about that is not a true fan of the team. Any fan that wants a quarterback to suck because they didn't draft the one that you wanted to, you're not a real fan of that team. And I'm speaking from experience because aside from the ridiculous coverage that Tua gets on the Dolphins, where the guy just threw for 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, scored 28 points in 10 minutes, and they're saying it's because he has weapons now. But you had no problem dogging him last year when he had a horrible offensive line and just one good receiver, and everybody else was pretty much garbage and no running back. So There's always an excuse, but it's kind of classless, I think, for wanting a player to get hurt or cheering when a player gets hurt or wanting a player to suck, because it sets your franchise, especially the quarterback position, it sets your franchise back years. So, and I know there was some of that when, Trey Lance went down, and I think it's pretty safe to say that Garoppolo is the better quarterback right now. So you guys have the better chance to win with him. But just some of the reaction was kind of disgusting. It really was.
Yeah, man. Like for me personally, we won, so I was happy about it. And I have nothing against Jimmy G personally, but I wanted to see what the kid could do because we gave up so much to move up in the draft and take him. And it's like, you know what? You guys built him up. He was going to be the future. So I wanted to see, we saw one game. He played it in the downpouring rain when they played against Chicago. And that was a horrible, you can't really throw in that kind of weather. You can't do much in that weather. So I wanted to see what the kid could do. Give him a few starts. But unfortunately, he goes down at the beginning of the second game. So I guess I'm going to have to wait till next year. Once again, nothing against Jimmy G. Nothing against Jimmy G. I see what the guy can do. It's just I would like to see what the kid can do too. You know what I mean?
And apparently the ESPN, Colin Cowherd, who's a moron, and yes, I'm calling you out. You're a freaking moron. When Tua, which by the way, the kid hasn't been horrible. Yeah. Has he played like Justin Herbert? No. But if Justin Herbert had that game against Baltimore, they'd be all over his schlong. It's Tua. They make excuses. So it's just if you're going to be on ESPN, CBS Sports, NFL.com, you got to kind of take away your personal hate. Like Stephen A. Smith he doesn't even try to hide the fact that he hates the freaking Dallas Cowboys. If I was ESPN, if I was running ESPN, I would have fired that guy's ass a long time ago. Go back to NBA Network and go analyze NBA players, which you suck at that too, by the way, and stop breaking down NFL games because you know jack shit about football.
Well, I think part of the hate for the Dallas Cowboys is because of all those years he had to talk to what's his name, Skip Bayless. So because Bayless loved the Cowboys, it. So I think that's part of the hate that's why he feels that way. But anyway, so overall, week 2 in the books, we saw the games. I was happy my team pulled out a win. Jimmy G looked solid. We Seattle, not the greatest team right now, so it is what it is, but I'll take it. Now, you guys, the Dolphins, had in my opinion, a very impressive win against a really good Baltimore Ravens team. Yeah, and we talked about this.
I would have preferred them to be consistent the first 2.5 quarters and not play that badly. Like the offensive line was pretty damn bad. Yeah. The defense was pretty damn bad. Mike McDaniel, kudos to him for making adjustments at halftime And kudos to him also for not only believing in this kid, but you can already see like playing quarterback in the NFL is as much mental as it is physical. Okay. You can have the strongest arm, but if you're mentally weak or you're not confident in what you're doing out there. And I think Mike McDaniel is already giving that swagger that Tua didn't have with the former coach. So, but I would like to see more consistency because I can tell you right now, they're not going to be able to play like that against Buffalo and just play only one good quarter. They will get creamed. But I don't want to keep just talking about our teams.
Agreed.
I want to get your take on some of these games because I'm looking right now at the scoreboard. The biggest surprise of the season for you, of the teams that are 2-0, okay, and let me pull this up right now. And I'll give you those teams that are 2-0.
Okay.
And you tell me who is probably the most obvious pretender instead of contender of these teams. So right now you got the Miami Dolphins, yes, 2-0. The Buffalo Bills, they're no joke. Those guys are probably going to the Super Bowl, 2-0. And then you also got the Kansas City Chiefs. They're there every year, 2-0. The Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0. The New York Football Giants are 2-0. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, who won't go away, who's 50 years old, still playing. He's going to be out there with crutches and a cane playing, but they're 2-0. Let's start off with the pretender. Who are of those teams that I just mentioned, who do you think is most likely to dip and like they're not really that good?
Well, if I had to pick one of those, I mean, I would have to say the Giants. I mean, like, okay, you got Brady. I know he's old and stuff, but the guy just always seems to just be competitive, and that team has talent. As long as Mike Evans stops punching people in the face, that would help. Then you got teams like Buffalo. Just dude, that team is scary, man. That Buffalo team. Like, especially after watching the Monday night game, they beat, it was a blowout, man. And it was Tennessee, wasn't it? They played against Tennessee, which Tennessee is not a bad team. And they just made them look like the worst team in the league. They beat them just without even trying. They put in the backup in halftime. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. So that team is scary, dude. So I kind of already answered the other part of it too. But pretender, I would have to say it would probably, I guess it would be the Giants, yeah. And then contender, I mean, dude, I'm impressed with the Dolphins, but it's that Buffalo team. That team's scary.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not one of those homers that is like, oh, because we're 2-0. Look, I need to see Tua mature. I need to see him be consistent.
Yeah.
And as a Dolphins fan, I just need to see him, their whole franchise be consistent. They've done this to Dolphins fans for a long time. You know, and so I just need to see it to believe it. Yeah. And am I excited? Yes. But I'm gonna agree with you on the Giants, and I'm going to agree with you on Buffalo and Kansas City. It's 1 and 1A. Those two teams are probably going to be the two teams in the AFC Championship game. However, that being said, my Miami Dolphins, if Tua can continue this growth and get comfortable, because you got to remember, this is like a new offense, new weapons, chemistry. It's still a work in progress. If they can continue improving, Tua, the biggest question mark with this kid is being able to stay on the field. He's injury prone. Yeah. He when he got drafted, he was coming off a serious hip surgery. That ain't no joke. But I'm not ready to put Miami there yet. I'm not one of those homers that I'm not falling for that. So I'm going to say of those teams, it would be Buffalo and Kansas City right now. But it's only 2 games, a small sample size.
Of course.
0-2 teams. Interesting, kind of the opposite direction.
Yeah.
We have Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, and Las Vegas Raiders. Tennessee Titans, the Colts are winless, the Texans are winless, and the Cincinnati Bengals, who were in the Super Bowl, are winless. Which one of those teams is in most trouble?
Okay, so most trouble. Whew, that's tough, man, because like with Cincinnati, for example, there's something about a team that loses in the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is, but they always struggle the following year. And I actually know somebody personally who's a Bengals fan, and I told him, I was like, dude, your team it's something is gonna happen, whether it be injuries or whatever. So if I'm going based on just see, this is tough, man. This is really tough because I would say either the Bengals are in most trouble, depending on the rest of the schedule, or it could be the Raiders, man, because the Raiders' new head coach, yeah, like they all the hype and stuff. It's like, come on, man, Josh, this is your second time as a head coach, dude. It's like you gotta. It's gotta be show up. What is it? Show up or shut up?
I think the Raiders are the ones that are in most trouble more than the Bengals because I don't think Derek Carr's anywhere near as good as Joe Burrow.
Right.
And the Raiders' schedule is only going to get harder from here on out. So I think Josh McDaniels might be one and done again. To be honest with you,
that would be rough, dude.
If this implodes with this roster, I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But I'm going to agree with you on the Super Bowl hangover. That shit is real. Yeah. There ain't no joke about that. There's something to be said about teams that lose in the Super Bowl, that even the ones that have made the playoffs the following year, they had to scratch and crawl to get there, and they're usually out in the first round. So the Super Bowl hangover is real.
It's just as bad as the Madden curse.
Yeah, right.
You know what I
mean? Which 0-2 team is most likely to turn it around?
Turn it around. You know what? I'll say Tennessee, and partly because of that division. That's what
I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you again on that one because while a lot of people don't like Ryan Tannehill, he is a game manager. He's an average to good quarterback, mainly average. Mm-hmm. But when you have the defense that they don't have many good receivers, though. They lost a lot of their weapons last year.
Yeah.
So they're down to nothing. But when you have that beast of a running back, I mean, come on, man. I mean, the defense, and Mike Vrabel's done a good job there. And Tennessee, he's the only one of the Bill Belichick tree that has actually succeeded in the NFL. So I would have to agree. I think Tennessee is most likely to get it turned around. If you remember last year, they started off pretty badly too, and they ended up being the number 1 seed, if I remember correctly. So
something like that, yeah. And that division's not the greatest division, man. I mean, they got the Colts in there, they got Texans, you got Jacksonville. I think they have a good chance to turn it around. Cincinnati does not. They have a tough division, man. So
quick question.
Sure.
Of the 2-0 teams that I gave you,
yep.
Who is the one that's most likely to falter as the season goes on?
Oh, okay, that's a good one. So let me see.
Be careful how you answer this.
so 2-0 was Dolphins, Bills.
Yep. Chiefs,
the
Eagles,
Bucks,
Giants, Tampa Bay. Now you said the Giants were probably the ones that were the fluke.
Yeah. So
we already know they're going to falter. But aside from the Giants, who would be next in line that you think is a pretender after the Giants?
Okay, so after the Giants, let me see. Dude, you know what?
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one because it's like one of those things where I could see it not be this way, but I could also see it being that way. And I think I'm going to have to go with – damn, dude, it's tough, man. Part of me wants to say Tampa Bay just because I'm seeing they struggled last week, man. This past week, they struggled to put some points on the board, and that was very unlike a high-powered offense. And then my other one that would potentially be that is the Eagles. I think the Eagles are another team. That division always tends to beat up on each other, and they kind of they always seem to split games and all that, and they just beat the crap out of each other. So it would either be the Eagles or the Bucks. It would be my choice for that.
Okay. I'm going to say the Eagles, and I'm going to tell you why. I saw some stuff on ESPN, and again, the bias continues. And this person was saying Stephen A. Smith, jackass, ass clown knows. No, just go to basketball. You barely knew anything about basketball. Stick to basketball. Said that don't buy the hype on Tua. That he prefers, he believes more in Jalen Hurts of the Eagles than he does Tua. And I'm going to say, go look at the numbers last year and this year, especially last year. Tua's completion percentage, quarterback rating. Come on, man. Stop being a hater.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is mainly a runner. Has he improved so far in the first 2 games? It looks like he's improved a little bit, but he's still not a pure passer. Tua is more of that pure passer. He's accurate. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but with those weapons, I'm going to say the Eagles. I'm going to agree with you, Eagles. Tom Brady is Tom Brady, but I don't know why he came back. He's taking a lot of time off. I heard today that he will not be at practice on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So why come out of retirement that quickly? I think Wednesday is the most important practice of all of them. If you want him to skip Friday, which is like walkthrough, then skip that one. So I don't know if it's, because his wife is he's having problems with the wife because he came out of retirement. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to say the Eagles are a little overrated. Jalen Hurts is a little overrated. I think he's a good up and coming quarterback. I think he has a chance to be very good.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put him ahead of Tua, and numbers don't lie, I know numbers don't tell the full story, but look, this kid is 4-0 against Bill Belichick. Mm-hmm. You know what Bill Belichick does to young quarterbacks. He eats them up for breakfast, okay? There's something brewing there. He's not as bad as some people are making him out to be. I don't think he's as good as the expectations were when he got drafted. I think he's somewhere in between, but I think he has a chance to be a very good quarterback in this league. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a homer. We've had conversations off the air. You know how I feel. I have some reservations about Tua. I just need to see him be able to stay on the field and play and continue to improve and play at a higher level consistently.
Agreed. That kind of brings me to my thing that we talked about a little bit before, which was what makes certain analysts and stuff fall in love with certain quarterbacks, regardless of what team they're on or whatever, and then hate others or seem to not give the respect to others.
I don't know, man. They've done that. They've done that for a long time. For the longest time was Brady, Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like they just have, pardon my French here, they have an erection for certain players, especially quarterbacks, when it comes to the NFL. And Justin Herbert is one of those guys that you can already see it happening with him. The kid can do no wrong. He threw a pick 6, and it's like, no, they don't even want to talk about it. If that was Tua, they'd be talking about it for the next 3 days. But numbers don't lie either, though, because I'm looking at the quarterbacks through, and I know it's only through 2 games. But again, if it was Justin Herbert that was number 1 in passing yards and all these things, they wouldn't they don't shut up about him now.
Right. They do like Herbert.
They do like Herbert, but it is nauseating. It really is, because right now, I wish this thing would load. There you go. Passing yards, number 1 in the league. Again, only through 2 games. This could change a lot. I'm not saying that he's going to have the most passing yards at the end of the year. That will most likely be guys like Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. But I'm just saying, through 2 games, they're downplaying. Tua is number 1 in passing yards, ahead of Herbert. Herbert is actually 5th in the league, okay? He is 3rd in average yards per pass, okay? He's tied for 1st in touchdown passes, okay? QBR, let's look at where he is. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, I don't want to go there. What did I just do here? QBR, he's 2nd in the league behind Josh Allen.
Oh, wow.
Overall quarterback rating. Let's let this load. Okay. Again, only 2 games.
Yeah.
Again, 2. Wait, it's not doing it. Hold on. Overall quarterback rating. Come on, load, man. Cooperate with me, man. But anyway, you get the point, right?
Yeah.
It's a small sample size, but if it was Herbert, they'd be all over it. It's Tua. They're making excuses as to, well, if they had Tyreek Hill, anybody could throw to Tyreek Hill. No, not everybody can. What I saw in that game in Baltimore is a kid that started to gain confidence as the game went on. And you kept seeing Mike McDaniel go over to him and calm him down, saying, you got this, you got this. It's mental. You got to give this kid confidence. And again, it's only a small sample size, but why they pimp up some guys and completely trash others. Tua hasn't been great, but he hasn't been awful either. I don't get why they do it. I really don't.
Well, and the other thing too is that the thing that impresses me the most about what you were saying was the fact that the defenses that he faced. Yeah, he has Tyreek Hill, but he did face Baltimore defense and a pretty solid New England Patriot defense too. So it's not a slouch teams either.
No, and now look, I don't expect them to beat Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. But we talked about mainly the 2-0 teams. Okay, we don't want to take up too much people's time. I don't like to get into predictions because it's still too early.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you think is? I mean, we already touched on it. I think, my opinion, in the AFC Championship game, it will be Buffalo and Kansas City. I don't think Cincinnati will be there. Right. I think they have a bright future, but they just need to address that offensive line. I mean, you have a franchise quarterback, and you're just letting the offensive line is still brutal, and the kid's going to probably hurt his knee like he did in his rookie year if he continues to take the pound that he's taking. But in the NFC, give me two teams that you think will be in the NFC Championship game.
All right, so championship game. The NFC is a little bit weaker, in my opinion, than the AFC.
I agree.
So let me see here. I mean, normally when a team loses their starting quarterback, you wouldn't pick them, but I could see my Niners going because Jimmy G was the guy that led them there last time and to a Super Bowl. So I could see that. I could see the Niners being in there potentially. And I want to say Tampa, but they don't look great, man. But
their defense is really good, though.
It is. You're right.
And you know the whole thing with Tom Brady, and I'm not trying to say no pun intended because he's old.
Yeah.
He gets better as the season goes on. Nobody makes adjustments and prepares like that guy, although he's missing practices on Wednesday. So I mean,
see, like, and then it's hard to go against Aaron Rodgers, but he also lost his weapon.
You know what, dude? You want to talk about a quarterback that gets a lot? Look, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is a bad quarterback.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
Right.
But he's won one Super Bowl, and you got your rear end handed to you by Tampa Bay in your house.
Right.
And then last year, who went in there and beat him?
Wasn't
it your team?
Yeah, my team.
All right. Yeah. So can we not talk? Aaron Rodgers ain't sniffing the NFC Championship game. Okay.
Yeah.
He's too worried about his ponytail. He ain't going there. I'm gonna say. I'm going to say it's going to be Tampa Bay and San Francisco 49ers NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
We'll revisit this at the end of the year. I think we're going to continue with this segment. We want to hear from you guys. If you guys want to see Respawn and RB give us, feedback on when you want to see, this sports take and segment continue. We love sports just as much as we do figures. Yep. We're going to get more in depth as this segment goes on. This was just kind of like a feeling process. See how you guys respond to the thing. But what do you think? Do you have a problem with San Francisco and Tampa Bay? Do you disagree with that?
No, I actually
or do you see somebody else sneaking in there.
I mean, out of all honesty, dude, ever since Jimmy G became the starter of San Francisco, everyone always said that the NFL wants them to meet each other in the NFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went to Tampa and stuff, and even before that, when he was in San Francisco, when Tom Brady was still in New England, they wanted them to meet in the Super Bowl. So I could see this finally happening this year.
I think this is the year.
Yeah, I think
it's the year that they meet, and I think this is the year that the younger one, the pupil, takes out the teacher.
You think so? No, Brady's tough, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
the Niners, and I'm not just saying this because we're on together. When you look at Buffalo, the Niners, if they had a Josh Allen type quarterback, they would be a mirror image of Buffalo. They have the weapons.
Yeah. They
have the running game, and they have the defense.
I mean,
they play hard.
Yeah.
And they play hard, man. Their defense is always at the top of the league in terms of defense. They can run the ball. They have Deebo Samuel there. he's a rising star himself. And I just think that Jimmy G kind of holds you guys back a little bit, but right now he gives you the best chance to win. I mean, from what I saw from Trey Lance, I'm not happy the kid got hurt, but I think he gives you the best chance to win right now.
See, that's what I've been hearing a lot too, is that Jimmy G, he is what he is, but he does give us the best chance because
he ain't worth no 25 freaking million. I can tell you that right now.
No, dude. And that's we've talked about this off this, and it's just that thing where it's like, I like the guy, nothing against him personally, but I think he was overpaid. And I think the guy, if we could upgrade that position, I think we win. I think we finally can punch that ticket. But they're saying it was Trey Lance. I don't know. I only saw one game, so I'll have to wait till next year. But if Jimmy G can at least be competitive for us this year, well, he'll be respectful. What else could you ask out of the guy?
But let us know in the comment section below, who do you think, of all the topics we touched on, 0-2 teams that will make a surge and come back and be all right at the end of the year, the 2-0 teams that are probably pretenders, not contenders, and let us know who you think is going to be in the AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. I know it's only 2 games, but wouldn't it be nice if we're all right? I mean, that's bragging rights, man. If you call it
Absolutely.
and they're there at the end of the year and you called it in week 2, I mean, holy crap.
That'd be awesome.
By the way, real quick before we end this, right?
Yeah.
Who do the Niners play this week? I mean, everybody and under the sun already knows who Miami's hosting. Miami's at home.
Yeah,
they're hosting the Buffalo Bills.
Yep,
and that place is going to be hopping. But if Buffalo goes up by 21 points, that's not the same defense. I mean, Baltimore's got a good team, but Miami won't be able to come back against Buffalo like that.
Yeah, and if they do, that's scary.
Well, I just want Miami to be competitive in that game.
Yeah.
Last year, Buffalo blew us out both times. I'd like to see them at least be competitive because that would tell me we're definitely going in the right direction. And more importantly, any of you Buffalo Bill fans watching out there, you guys took our quarterback last year. You broke his ribs. And then you had a late hit on Tannehill last night. That should have been a freaking roughing the passer call. Play clean, man. You guys got a good defense. You don't need to be playing dirty. That was a late-ass hit right there. No, it really was. It really was. That was a late hit. That was a freaking late hit on Tannehill, and that was a vicious hit on Tua. And I can already see it. They're going to try it again. But don't forget, Miami's got some pass rushes this year. They added some pass rushes too. So you don't want to see your quarterback on the ground with his legs broken, do you? Let's not go there. The 49ers play, Denver Broncos in Denver.
Oh, that's right. They were talking about that earlier, how they're meeting Russell Wilson.
Speaking of which, you want to talk about a team that's been a little bit disappointing?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
I know. I thought it was going to be better.
Beat the Texans.
I know.
I mean, they haven't impressed very much.
And they lost week 1.
Yeah, to Geno Smith, of all guys.
So that's right. I can't believe I forgot that. But yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's that. I mean, when I heard he went to Denver, I thought they would be 2-0 right now. You know
okay,
what I mean?
So really quick, 49ers Broncos, who wins?
49ers, dude. That's my pick right there.
I'm putting you on the spot. Miami, Buffalo, who wins?
Buffalo. Sorry, man, Buffalo. The way Buffalo's been playing, dude, that's scary.
It's going to make it that much better if we do pull a hair out of our ass or whatever, a rabbit out of the hat, whatever you want to call it. I just screwed that whole series up. It's all right. Don't edit that out. Leave it in there. But no, I don't expect Miami to win that. I just want them to be competitive. But if they do win, I won't have no voice next Tuesday.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I thought they were going to lose to Baltimore. I thought they were going to put up a fight, but they were going to lose, and I was wrong. They ended up doing really good. So towards the end, anyway.
So you picked Buffalo, right?
I picked Buffalo. That. Yeah.
Because I don't forget, if Miami wins,
I'm
coming for you.
Yeah. Hey, you didn't say who you thought was going to win the San Francisco game?
I wasn't done.
Oh, okay.
49ers. And I will tell you, I'll give you a score for the 49ers.
Oh, wow. I'm not good with the scores, man, but go ahead.
Hey, I almost nailed the one this week with your team.
You did.
I want to say the 49ers by 7. So I'm going to say 49ers 24-17.
I could see that.
It's gonna be a grind, but I think the 49ers could. They might even win by more than that because I haven't been impressed with the Denver Broncos and what Russell Wilson is doing there. But they're still acclimating to one another, so I'm pretty sure the Broncos will be fine by the end of the year. But I don't see them posing a threat to Kansas City or Buffalo. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Well, all right, guys. So this was a little sports talk for you guys. Let us know what teams you want us to talk about. Give us your opinion on our teams, on your teams. Let us know, man. This was awesome. We love talking about sports. We do it all the time, off air, off camera, whatever you want to call it. And we just wanted to try to put it on camera and on YouTube to see how well it would do. So do us a favor, give us some likes, give us some comments, and help it grow. Let us know if you're into this, and we'll gladly keep doing it next week too. So, real bad.
Hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
Subscribe button, thumbs up, and let us know what you guys think. Who do you think will be in the AFC Championship game? Who do you think is a pretender? Who do you think is a contender? Which team started off slow? Do you think will rebound and make a run there towards the end? Yeah. Just let us know what you think of the segment. Let us know what your predictions are for the season.
Yeah, and let us know if we're a bunch of idiots. I mean, you might not like anything we say.
You always get people that troll, so you're going to get that.
Yeah, there's going to be people that hate our teams. They're going to comment anyway. So there you go.
But I just want to end with this real quick as we go off.
Yeah.
For you Miami Dolphin fans who are rooting for Tua to get hurt and to suck, shame on you.
Yeah, you can't do
It's disgusting display. If you're a real fan, you want this kid to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. It's in our best interest for this kid to play well, just like it was for Trey Lance to stay healthy. Yeah. So it's a disgusting display when a fan base does that. If you love a team and you love sports, that is just disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And if you disagree with me, let me know. I think it's gross. I think it's a gross display.
I don't know how you can disagree.
Immaturity.
Yeah, you should root for the team to do well, regardless. So I agree. So there you go. Root for the team to do well. Don't root for people to get hurt.
Right.
So, but anyway, guys, that's it. Take care. Have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.